Nothing else is happening right now. Like literally nothing. You see the same emails come in for like the last few units in the same building for like the last 5 months now. That's
And
what I'm
that
saying.
you're going to
So
just have a bunch of people who are going to say, well, I want to buy because that's going to be a suitable product for me to live in, which is what we're lacking. And so therefore, that's what we'll start to build.
that's what we're going to start to build. But
Yep.
this is the problem that hasn't rinsed through the system yet. Well, one, we see there's thousands of condos on the market for rent, there's thousands for sale, there's
Hmm.
thousands and thousands more coming. And um, you have to buy the site with the intent of making these large units. And the metrics have to make sense at the beginning, right? Because
Hmm.
people have to, you can't just say we're going to make big 1,000 or 1,200 square foot family size suites and charge $1,400 a square foot and assume that people are paying $2.8 million for your condos, right?
Hmm.
There's this equilibrium that like we're nowhere near, right, between what people can afford, what people want, what's out there, and what can be made in this like magical unicorn zone that people can actually pull the trigger and do, with interest rates in there too, god damn it, right?
Hmm.
So like it's a crazy mix. But if you buy the site thinking you're going to get 30 stories and this much square footage and that it should sell at this much, and now all of a sudden you have to turn that into like half the suites, right? You're not getting the same amount of money per square foot on those bigger units. Although now you kind of are, which is crazy. Now those ones are so in demand that they're getting more per square foot. So
Mm.
actually cancel everything I just said, TK. Maybe it's possible, but nobody's able to make it work unless it's really high end stuff in a top notch neighborhood. Nothing else is happening right now. Like
Mm.
literally nothing. You see the same emails come in for like the last few units in the same building for like the last 5 months now. You know, you see what I just saw an
Oh, there's a
assignment.
launch today. There's a launch today. I think it was Jordan's, not launch. I don't know if you call it that, but like an email today about upcoming launch. Um, pre-condo, Milton. Remember he was talking to us about this when he was on our show last.
Yeah,
$800 a square
840 a square
foot.
foot in Milton. I talked to him on the phone though after,
Yeah.
and well, it hasn't launched till now.
Well, okay. Well,
I wonder what's
obviously,
happening with that.
well,
You can't make
obviously
money.
they're trying to get the most amount of money here, like they're waiting and waiting and waiting, but now they've realized, wait, no more.
Wait, no
And the
more.
email went out today. So $800 a foot in Milton
That
makes
makes
sense to me.
sense. Yeah, 800 bucks a foot. Well, that's probably expensive compared to the 1,100 people were paying, a couple of years ago in Milton. That makes
Listen,
sense.
800 bucks, you're barely like building it. You're barely building it.
Yeah, I don't know how you're making money.
It's like, you're just getting by, at $800 a square foot.
Yeah.
So I think as an end user, if I'm buying a unit and I know what I'm getting, look, people like new. People always will buy new flashy stuff. It's just the way people are. They want the newest. They don't want, there's people who will not move into properties that other people have lived in. Okay.
Mhm.
You might not have ever heard that before, but we run into that in our industry. There are people that are like, no, I will not move into a house that somebody else has slept in. And you're like, okay,
Yeah, I
like
believe it.
that's
It's
your
pretty
choice.
gross. Yeah,
That's your
listen.
thing. So like people want brand new. And so there'll be people who want to buy brand new from the builder. And that's now at $800 a foot, I think a great deal because you're going to pay 500, $600, whatever it is in Milton for a resale, but somebody's lived there and that's
Yeah.
5 years old, 10 years old,
But
whatever.
you're paying like uh, in Milton, you're paying what you should be paying for a house for a condo. Because like, let's be real, you shouldn't be
600
paying.
square feet, 480 grand in Milton. No, Milton's a nice
480
place.
grand is okay, I guess, for
Milton's a
Milton.
nice place.
I saw a assignment for a condo. I
Yeah.
mean, I don't think it was a good deal. I forget where it was, but it was 350 grand. And I was like, for
Buy it.
350 grand, 550 square feet, like maybe just buy it. But then I was like, maybe next month it's like 325 this unit, right? Because
Yeah.
people are people.
That was my mindset. I knew like this condo is going to keep dropping and it's not going to make sense. But again, just like what are the fundamentals? If you're cash flowing, you're cash flowing. That's good enough. If it makes sense, it makes sense. The stock market's all over the place right now. I got my little plays in there, but I'm not going to like double down or anything like that. I don't understand the stock market like I do real estate as much
Oh,
or nearly as much at all.
no, from the sounds of it, you don't understand the stock market at all.
Well, I mean, I don't do very well in it. My TFCA does. TFSA does really good. My TFSA is the only thing that makes sense because I actually follow people's advice on how to invest in the
That's
stock
right. You
market.
leave it with
But
someone
anything
else.
else outside of that is just absolutely necessary. No, it's all self-managed.
Are you looking for the best merch store on the planet? Well, we got the shit for you. Coming in at low prices where we barely make any money off of whatsoever, you can get the greatest real estate merchandise on this platform. Just look at this very flamboyant man putting on this great stuff. He looks great, he's dancing great, and boy does he look sexy in that merchandise. I tell you, buy this for anybody, you buy this for yourself. You will be not only repping the greatest Canadian real estate podcast in this world, but you will also be looking hella good doing it.